Hello everyone, and welcome to our astronomy channel. Here you learn about celestial bodies, the universe, and even physics through the simulations we create. And today, we're going to run a very interesting experiment. What if moons from other planets collided with our moon? Saturn alone currently has 274 known moons, while Jupiter has 95 officially recognized moons. That is a truly absurd number of natural satellites, orbiting just 2 planets in our solar system. So that raises a fascinating question. What would happen if some of those alien moons came crashing into our moon? Would our moon survive? Would it shatter, crack apart, or be completely transformed? And how powerful would these impacts really be? Well, that is exactly what we're about to find out. We'll begin by launching our own moon against itself. Yes, moon versus moon. A truly terrible idea, scientifically speaking. First, we place the object into position and send it on a collision course. But before the impact, let's imagine the view from the lunar surface as another moon slowly approaches. The sight would be surreal. A massive grey world, nearly identical to our own moon, growing larger and larger in the black sky. No atmosphere, no clouds, no sound, just a silent and terrifying approach. It would look less like a normal celestial event and more like the sky itself was being replaced by rock. Then the collision happens. At the moment of impact, the energy released would be enormous. The contact zone would experience extreme heating, surface material would melt, and a large amount of lunar rock would be thrown outward. But interestingly, despite the violence of the collision, the immediate visible result might not look as dramatic as people expect at first glance. There would be intense heating and massive damage at the impact region, yet no giant explosion like in Hollywood. From Earth, the consequences would likely remain limited in the short term. Our planet would not suddenly be destroyed, and life on Earth would not end just from the initial impact alone. The main effect would probably come from smaller fragments ejected into space, with some of them eventually entering Earth's atmosphere as meteor-like debris. So even though this would be an extraordinary collision, it would be more of a violent lunar catastrophe than a direct planetary extinction event for Earth. After a few months, the most noticeable effects would likely be a significant rise in temperature and an increase in the moon's surface mass, caused by the material added during the collision. In other words, our moon would become heavier, hotter, and even more geologically disturbed than before. But even then, the overall result would still be relatively limited compared to what could happen with something far more extreme. So now let's be a little bolder. What if, instead of throwing our own moon at itself, we launched Europa, one of Jupiter's most famous moons? Now that would be interesting. Europa is very different from our moon. Beneath its icy exterior, scientists believe it may hide a vast subsurface ocean, which makes it one of the most fascinating worlds in the solar system. But in a collision scenario like this, that icy composition would make the impact very different from a rocky moon-on-moon event. Instead of just rock smashing into rock, we could be looking at a violent mix of ice, heat, shattered crust, vapor, and debris spreading across space. This is where things go from lunar damage to, okay, now we're doing science fiction with consequences. So yes, this is about to get far more interesting. But apparently our moon is pretty tough, isn't it? And that makes sense considering its surface has been shaped for billions of years by impacts from smaller asteroids and comets. All those craters are proof that the moon has taken an incredible amount of punishment and is still here. So once, the collision would mostly lead to intense heating and an increase in lunar mass, but nothing far beyond that. no total destruction, no dramatic breakup. Just more damage added to a world that has already endured a very violent history. So let's move on to a new simulation. This time we'll launch Io, another moon of Jupiter. And now things start getting a lot more exotic. Io is one of the most fascinating moons in the entire solar system. It is the most volcanically active world we know of, with hundreds of volcanoes scattered across its surface. Some of its eruptions are so powerful that they blast material hundreds of kilometers into space. Its surface is constantly being reshaped by intense internal heating caused by Jupiter's immense gravity, which squeezes and flexes the moon from the inside. That means Io is not just a rocky moon, it is a world of fire, sulfur, lava plains, and constant geological chaos. Its surface is covered in strange colors like yellow, orange, red, black, and white, mostly caused by sulfur compounds and volcanic deposits. In many ways, Io looks less like a normal moon and more like an alien pizza, made by a very angry universe. So if Europa was the icy wildcard, Io is the volcanic nightmare. Now the real question is, what happens when a moon shaped by relentless volcanism collides with our cratered but resilient moon? This one could get much hotter and much messier. This impact would be devastating. The moon would be transformed into a blazing ball of fire in space, with the collision releasing enormous heat across its surface and throwing debris in every direction. Fragments would be launched nearby, and some of them could even travel toward Earth and enter our atmosphere. And yet, surprisingly, the moon would still survive. It would be badly damaged, heavily heated and covered in new destruction, but not completely erased. That is exactly what makes this so fascinating. Even after such a violent impact, our moon would still prove just how resilient a celestial body can be. Interesting. All right, still not satisfied. This time we're going even bigger. Now we're launching Callisto, the second largest moon of Jupiter, and this one brings a very different kind of threat. Callisto is an enormous world. It is almost the size of the planet Mercury, which already makes it one of the largest moons in the entire solar system. But unlike Io, which is full of volcanoes, or Europa, with its icy outer shell and hidden ocean, Callisto is much more ancient, colder, and heavily scarred by time. In fact, Callisto is known for having one of the most heavily cratered surfaces in the solar system. Its exterior is covered with impact marks that have remained preserved for billions of years, which tells us that its surface is extremely old and has seen a truly brutal history of cosmic collisions. Another fascinating detail is that Callisto may also hide a subsurface ocean beneath its outer layers, even though its surface looks frozen, dark and lifeless. So in a strange way, it is a moon that looks dead on the outside, but may still have secrets buried deep below. And unlike some other large moons, Callisto shows very little internal activity. It is not constantly reshaped by volcanism like Io, and it does not appear as geologically dramatic as Europa. It is more like a gigantic, battered fossil from the early solar system, silent, ancient, and full of scars. So if Io was the fiery attacker, Callisto is the heavyweight relic. And now the question becomes even more serious. What happens when a moon this massive, this ancient, and this heavily cratered slams into our moon? This one may not just heat things up, it may completely change the scale of destruction. Well, I think we're finally getting tired of this. At this point, it seems our moon really is incredibly resilient. No matter what we throw at it, it keeps surviving, damaged, overheated, scarred, but still there. So let's raise the stakes once again. Now we're going to launch Titan, the great moon of Saturn. And Titan is not just any moon. It is the largest moon of Saturn, and the second largest moon in the entire solar system, surpassed only by Jupiter's Ganymede. It is even bigger than the planet Mercury in diameter, which already tells you this is no small object. But Titan's most fascinating feature is its atmosphere. It is the only moon in the solar system with a thick atmosphere, rich in nitrogen, with clouds, rain, rivers, and lakes. Although those lakes are not made of water but of liquid methane and ethane. In many ways, Titan is one of the strangest and most Earth-like alien worlds we know. Cold, orange, hazy, and deeply mysterious. So, if we throw Titan at our moon, the collision would not just involve rock and ice. It would also involve a moon wrapped in a dense atmosphere and packed with exotic chemistry. That alone makes this one of the most bizarre impact scenarios yet. And we're still not done. We'll also run an experiment with Mars just to see how a full-sized planet changes the outcome. Because if moons were not enough to break our satellite, maybe an entire planet can do the job properly. And finally, we stop playing nice. At the end of this cosmic madness, we're going to throw in a true giant, Neptune. A massive ice giant, tens of thousands of kilometers wide, with immense gravity, violent winds, and enough bulk to make every previous collision look almost polite by comparison. At that point, I think we can safely say our beautiful natural satellite may finally be out of luck. If Neptune can't finish the job, then the moon is basically indestructible, and we should all be very concerned. So yes, now we may finally be about to witness the end of the moon. And that brings us to the end of this cosmic experiment. If you enjoyed watching these insane simulations and want to see more extreme space scenarios, giant impacts and astronomy mysteries, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. And of course, tell us in the comments, what would you like to see next here on the channel? Which moon, planet, star, or impossible space experiment should we simulate next? Your idea might be the next big collision.